right. What a lovely night. I hope you guys have some ideas of what you want to end up doing in the next couple of months. I want to thank you all for coming, but I also wanted to thank you for the persistence, grace, and goodwill you've shown repeatedly in this organization and in your response to what's going on in our country. Slowly, we are making changes. The last 5 months with Indivisible Denton has introduced me to people over and over again who are willing to fight for social justice, who will fight for this country's promise of life, liberty, and equality. When I look around this room, I see so many faces who've been out lobbying for LGBTQ rights, for the environment, for health care, for civil rights, and most of all, an insistence that our government be of the people, by the people, and for the people. So looking at this group has given me some confidence and hope that I haven't felt in this country, actually even before Donald Trump's election. Because we're not just voters anymore. We're citizen activists and patriots. I want to tell you a quick story, and this picture is part of it. I went to a planning meeting for this meeting at Sarah Meriwether's house. She's not here today, she's been ill. She helped put together this meeting and the new group structure. And Sarah lives in this adorable 1930s style bungalow house. It's a beautiful house with all that charm. And as we were sitting around the dining room table, I excused myself, went to the restroom, and tried to close the door and it wouldn't close. And I thought, oh, what am I gonna do? And Sarah yelled out, "Put the washcloth between the door and the door frame and it'll be fine." So I did that. It worked. And I came out and Kelly Barr turned to Sarah and said, "What's wrong with your door?" And Sarah said, it has never really shut. So this works. She has 2 boys who are grown. It's been like this their whole childhoods. It's fine. Kelly looked at her a little questioningly and walked over and looked at the door and examined it a little and came back and she said, "I can fix that." Sarah thought it was a joke. And Kelly said, "No, really, I can fix that." And if you looked at Kelly's face, you would know she meant it. She was gonna fix that door. So she said, "Get me a flathead screwdriver, get me a hammer, get me a nail, and it'll be fixed." And she did. So Sarah got the materials and went in, and here she is. She fixed the door. She fixed the door that had been broken for the entire childhoods of Sarah's 2 boys. And what Kelly Barr did is what I see Indivisible Denton doing. We're recognizing problems, we're fixing them. But unlike in Sarah's house, in our country during the Trump era, the problem in our shared house is not keeping doors closed, but keeping them open. When Trump locked the doors to Muslims, you went to the airports. You planned an interfaith vigil in Denton to give people hope that we will stand together. You defended Obamacare and are continuing to by visiting Congressman Burgess's office week after week after week. You made phone calls and sent postcards. You learned about ResistBot, which is life-changing, as my new friend Lisa told me. You demanded that the lights be turned on so that we could see President Trump's conflicts of interest. You pushed open the door to democracy when you registered scores of voters and when you educated even more. You created this community out of nothing. You raised a glass at the greenhouse to celebrate your fellow patriots who refuse to watch as their house becomes uninhabitable. At the Science March and elsewhere, you pushed for our country to be governed by science and fact and reason. You press state and government officials to protect public education and keep kids safe from fracking emergencies in school. You insisted our state allow loving homes to foster and adopt children, and you demanded that transgender people be allowed to use the bathroom that best fits their needs. You put your foot in the door to protect women's health services in Texas and nationwide. You did all of this. So together, we're a team of hope builders, of action takers, and of people who together will be a beacon for justice and equality. Like Kelly Barr, we recognize problems. We find the tools. Sometimes we have to make the tools, and we fix them. Because this is our house, this is our country, and even though when Donald Trump became elected, we felt as if we were suddenly on the outside, the Constitution tells us we still own the deed. Together, we have the strength to push our doors wide open, because this is a home we love, and a home we will fight for, and it's a home that together we will restore. Let's get to work. Thank you for coming.